Leo, Ali from Indigo Ascension. Welcome to your weekly quick read for the week beginning January the 25th through to the 31st. Couple of significant, actually there's quite a few significant placements this week that we're all going to be impacted by in one way or another. First and foremost, there is a full moon in your sign, my dear, and I am using this as an identification of the healing opportunities, the shadow aspects that will be requiring our attention, because there is a massive Aquarian focus with a lot of the planetary placements that are also happening. Not only is Mercury going retrograde, but there are going to be significant conjunctions with Venus, Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, and all sitting within Aquarius, all right? So there's a massive spotlight in Aquarius aspects of your life, which falls on your 7th house, Leo. They do sit opposite your chart. And in many ways, this is going to spark a bigger story for you, okay? So as a Leo, you're going to be noticing this energy for the next 3 years in one way or another. So this is but a small piece of the greater pie. Now, this Aquarian energy, this highlight, this lighthouse is shining a light in 7th house matters. 7th house rules marriage, it rules partnership, it rules how we work in partnership, the role we have always played in partnership compared to the role we now desire and see needs to be done differently in one way or another. The shadow aspect of the Leo full moon, which is going to highlight some of our fragility when it comes to desiring to be seen, heard, perceived in a whole new way. Feel it like there's going to be raises of feeling a lack of confidence or not as confident. You know, when it comes to the emotional realm, we're going to be feeling this on an emotional level when it comes to, you know, for you guys in particular, Leo, this could literally be triggered by partnership matters. Okay, and partnership is not just about marriage and intimate partners, it's also about business partnerships, colleagues, whatever the case may be. How I effectively work in balance, harmony with anyone. Okay, this full moon is falling in your 1st house. What is it about yourself that you're starting to see that you would desire to create changes within? Is there a new self wanting to come through? So that's ultimately going to experience the area of your life ruling partnerships. How have your partnerships ultimately shaped and created this new version of you? Take it however it resonates. There's going to be a massive focus outside of self into the realms of partnerships, but what the healing is inviting us to do, and as a Leo with this full moon in your sign, it's really inviting you to go within, Leo. Let's take a look and see what the tarot wants to say. And what is it about me that needs to shift so that ultimately the partnerships in my life no longer experience the karmic patterning and re-looping that I have known them to experience and feel in the past, all right? 4th house matters, it's within the home, okay? There's something here about deeply going within, hermiting, pulling yourself away, really looking at 4th house matters. But again, I want to focus on 1st house matters, okay? The role you play within a home, the role you play, you know, as the provider, as the nurturer, how you've learnt to develop this concept of self since your initial home environment. That's taking us back to childhood. The 4 of Wands talks about the 2 eyes, the 2 arms, the 4 walls that I desire to call home. This new version of yourself, how does it choose to be nurtured? What is it desiring to see from a higher view? We're taking ourselves right back through the timeline to really see how this was ultimately shaped as a belief system. Because once I've learned from my external environment, just like babies sort of look out and wait for responses and reactions, and then that information gets focused internally. Where am I not expressing tears? Because I suddenly feel like I've got a runny nose, like silent tears. That's relevant for some Leos out there. Okay, moving right along. All of this Aquarian energy has a real heavy light focus in 7th house matters, marriage and partnerships for you guys. And you've got the Justice card here. So in both ways, I could literally be connecting into many Leos that are separating from old connections, redefining their new senses of home, self, feeling at home in self, desiring separation because I no longer feel at home in myself, or I need to feel at home in this new version of myself, which no longer resonates to a past version of me, i.e. thus a past partnership. Take it however it resonates. Where do scales need to balance when it comes to the partnerships in my life? Okay, because the Justice card is about karmic balancing, so that this version of self can come through in many ways, Leo, so that I can feel at home in myself, so that I can feel at home, and perhaps what was required was this hermit energy, to remove myself, to have some quiet time, to really identify and get clear this load I was carrying that really wasn't mine to carry anymore. On deeper soul levels, Leo, this could be generational patterning. Okay, this could be the way in which I've always carried the load for others, if you like. And this is about self. This is really like in very practical ways. Okay, what does true wish fulfillment mean for you? Where is communication desiring to happen, but it's not happening? Where do you keep sort of umming and ahhing about where you're going to invest yourself, your focus, your energy, your desires, and move away from inner conflict and turmoil so that you could truly experience a metamorphosis and a victory? Again, communication that desires to happen that hasn't. And in many ways, it's something you've been carrying around, unspoken truths. In many ways, there's this acknowledgement and a separation from the old influence, old karma, old karmic patterning. Okay, when it comes to partnerships, the way you've always partnered, the way you've always viewed marriage, in many ways this could also be Leos that are deciding to get married and formalize it. Okay, so there's this new role you play within life that you share with someone else, that you're building a life with, all right, after hermiting, after a time. So go back to last September and how life was pushing you to really do this internal work in many ways. All right, Leo, like I've said into the many of the zodiacs, like when I kicked off zodiac readings this year, I knew that I felt intuitively, and I still feel the same, there are sort of 3 levels of zodiacs that I'm connecting into. Those zodiacs that are having aha moments about this stuff for the first time. Other zodiacs that are going, okay, let's do the work. I'll do the shadow healing, the clearing, and really get intimate with what that is. And then further still, there are other zodiacs that are experiencing the higher octaves, yeah? So that's how the readings are going to be structured in many ways, Leo. So take which storyline resonates the most for you. There are certainly a number of frequencies at play for each of the zodiacs, even though there are many Leos out there experiencing 7th and 1st house matters. How that energy is transpiring and grounding within your life, within your consciousness, is going to be unique to your soul path and patterning. Varasite has shown up for you guys today, which is about perception, virtuous, and timelessness. Seeing beyond the mundane brings into focus this stone's power. It opens our vision to the unity of the past, present, and future, and enables us to shine a light on the impact of our actions. In this way, Leo, it effortlessly opens our conscious mind to the need for rightful action. It illuminates the need for virtue and moral courage that comes from a deep love of humanity. Drawing this card, Leo, signifies a need to be still and open to understanding and being true to the self. Release any pretenses and pretensions and let your inner self shine out. All right, my lovely Leos, that was your quick read for the week ahead, beginning January the 25th. You can certainly check out past readings on the channel if you like to get a feel for the cosmic energies at play that may still very much be impacting a lot of you out there when it comes to last week's energies or even last year's energies. So take it however it resonates. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by heading above to the Indigo Ascension shop link, where you will find a range of intuitive reading, distant healing sessions, and astrology products as well. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, please do like, share, subscribe. More importantly, share with your other empath, intuitive, and sensitive friends. Let them know where to find the channel. Until next week, have an amazing week. Take care.